If you use the Bill Dawson Trail to get around Seattle, you'll need to find a new route starting this morning. The popular bike and pedestrian path is shutting down for 5 years. And for some people in the Montlake area, it feels like construction never ends. Those orange cones and cranes have become a familiar sight around Montlake. WashDOT refers to the Portage Bay Bridge and Roanoke project as the rest of the West, the final piece of the SR 520 rebuild in Seattle.
We've done all the work on the Montlake area. This is kind of that last piece of the puzzle that we need to be able to complete and successfully get people from the east side, ultimately all the way over to Seattle's South Lake Union.
Now work shifts toward Portage Bay, and it starts with a 5-year closure of the Bill Dawson Trail.
So I actually just texted my partner. I said, oh no, they're closing my bike trail for 5 years, and I just started my PhD, so I'll be up at UW for probably 5 years and have to take the detour.
Richard Caldwell bikes from the Central District to UW.
I haven't processed it fully. I think I'll have to see what the alternate route is. I usually get away with a 20-minute bike up to campus. Maybe it's going to be 25 now, so a little bit bummed, but you know.
The trail will close to make room for a haul route, a critical link for construction crews moving equipment and materials.
Well, we certainly know that like a 5-year closure is not ideal, and we worked really closely with our partners at SDOT to come up with accessible and firm detours that would allow them to be able to get around this work and still get where they're trying to go.
Once complete, the new Portage Bay Bridge will be earthquake ready with dedicated walking and biking lanes and safer connections between Montlake and Roanoke.
Unfortunately, it's a safety issue, so we can't intermittently open the trail. The trail has to stay closed for the entire time. But again, we're excited about what's going to come out of it.
When it reopens, the trail will be wider, increasing from 8 to 14 feet, and better connected to Montlake Boulevard with flatter grades and more visibility.
I know the corner that I come up is pretty narrow, and there's a slope so you can't really see around the corner, so potentially that being wider. I think I've had a couple close calls. I'm always ringing my bell, hoping that I don't crash into anybody.
WashDOT says the long-term payoff will be worth the wait, but for now, riders like Richard are adjusting to a new routine.
Bummed for the short term, but happy for these developments in the long term.
Well, the evolution of that insane intersection there right now. So this is affecting just the trail riders and the walkers and the cyclists. What about traffic? When are they going to be impacted, drivers?
Okay, so drivers still have a little bit of time. If you all have been through 520 lately, you see the pilings, so it's more of a visual impact for now. But the most significant traffic impacts will likely stretch into late this summer and at the back end of this year. So for now, drivers, it's a little bit of a distraction to see all of that, but all lanes will be open. We might have a few weekend closures, but this trail is closing this morning at 8 o'clock. So if you get out there early, you can still use it for a little while.
Having been across the bridge on the bike, that is a really great addition, though, to have that little sort of detour around.
I can't wait until it fully opens, but I mean, we will be waiting. That's 2030. When
it's going to be another 5 years.
My daughter will be graduated from high school when that happens. Thanks, Shantae.
Thank you, Shantae.